All right, folks, we're back with week 4 of Grand Arena, and man, what an exciting week 3 we had. I really enjoyed the last match, the finals versus Mikaeus, and from the comments and feedback that I've gotten, quite a few of you enjoyed the matches as well, especially seeing the battles from both the viewpoints, Mikaeus' video as well as mine. It was really close, really well fought battle on both offense and defense for both of us. So definitely one of the highlights of my Grand Arena season the Grand Arena season this week. So for now, going in for next season, I'm actually going to make things a little interesting because what I did was I told Mikaeus when we got matched up like about a week ago that if he wins, I will have I'll enter week 4 with no mods on three of my characters, Ray, Darth Revan, and Gas, my three best leaders for the three best teams that I have. And since I lost, I decided to stick to my word and enter the battle, enter this whole week with no mods on each of these three. So if you see my defense, there you go, no mods on my Ray, and I kept Darth Revan and Gas for offense. But if you take a look at my Gas, there you see, no mods over there, and finally Darth Revan, no mods. So three big leaders with no mods. So it's going to be an interesting week. And if you guys know me, I like to do crazy stuff like this. I like to deliberately go in and handicap myself and to make the battles a little more interesting. So it's a probably a very foolish move, and I'll probably end up losing all three matches just because I've got a really good group this time. But but yeah, I'm gonna try. What it's gonna do is force me to experiment with new team comps and new stuff on both offense and defense. So let's see how that goes. So you can see I have only 26 minutes left in the attack phase. I got busy with some real life stuff, so I couldn't attack till the last moment. So what I decided to do was just in the last 20 minutes do a quick blitz of battles and then do the voiceover after that. So it took so it was a bit of a rush this or the last few battles, and I didn't really think too much about what I was doing, but managed to get most of the battles completed, as you'll see, and managed to at least complete the offense phase. So this particular battle, you can see, I this was against a GG Watt team. This is the team which gave me a problem against Mikaeus last time, if you remember. In this case, it was just a G12 Watt, so not much of an issue getting him down. And once Watt is down, then you just have to wait for the mark to come around with JKR, and then just directly mark B2 when you get a chance. So it is an R7 Grievous, so he does hit hard, but I have modded my Jolie for tenacity, which means that he's got extra crit avoidance. So that should really help with surviving a bit more. So you can see over here, I'm still one turn away from the mark, but my Jolie is being pretty tanky, and my Yoda is hitting pretty hard as well, so is able to survive pretty well. And you can see over here, my Savior has still not been triggered. And yeah, now I think it was triggered, and then JKR died as well. But now I'm in a pretty good situation. I've just got B1 left, no techs out on either of these guys, so nothing to prevent Jolie from reviving. And then I just, since I've got Grievous ability block, I just focus down on B1, wait till Mark comes around, and then it should be pretty easy to take care of Grievous. So pretty straightforward battle over here. I think this counter can work even with Relict Grievuses, even with the Relict Watts actually, modded for health. So I'm going to try it out. Let's see in the future if my opponent keeps that team in defense. I'm going to try one-shotting it with JKR to see if this team is able to get enough damage done. So 56 banners over there. Let's go quickly move on to the next match, which is the Padme team, which my opponent has kept on defense. There's no C3PO, and what I decided to do is just go with my Treya squad to get to take care of that battle. Now, my Vader does go first, so I go ahead and what I should have done is actually done the Force Crush against Shakti, because she's the one who's got Retribution, and Force Crush cannot be countered. So it's always best to do force cross against opponents who can counter, just so that you prevent that counter. And then I try to apply ability block on everyone else that I can. Unfortunately, there was no ability block on um, Anakin, which was a little unfortunate. But I did manage to force train him over there, so that prevented his AOE. But he is the problem with him doing basics is that he does apply healing immunity, which is a problem for Treya because her yeah. So because that does prevent these guys from healing up, and you can see that that is going to be problematic for me over here. Now I'm trying to. There's not many debuffs on Anakin, unfortunately, so I can't really get take care of him. So yeah, he really didn't do anything much over there. So my Nihilus is taken out, so I couldn't annihilate anyone. And I'm trying to get rid of Anakin because he's the main damage dealer out here. But problem is everyone else is at really, really low health. So the moment I'm getting anyone below 50% health and taking anyone down, Anakin becomes a problem because he does his AoE and all sorts of problems. So that's why I end up losing tons of people. Anakin just keeps taking bonus turn after bonus turn. So in this particular situation, your priority should be to take Anakin down and at all costs. So I think maybe in the beginning I should have maybe fractured Anakin instead of Padme. I was trying to prevent the heal from Padme, but any case, once Sion gets his health by Hatress, and with no Padme on the team, it really not much of an issue taking these guys down. So 47 banners over there. And next I decide to go against the sisters team. They've got a couple of relics over here. I think on Talzin and Asajj maybe, and maybe Daka as well. But I decided to take Watt in there because I was not going to use Watt anywhere else as any case. So bounty hunters, especially under boss lead, it's a pretty straightforward job taking care of these guys. Plague does go out, but these guys heal pretty fast, so it's not much of an issue. Um, the I would have taken I would have actually I could have saved Watt for another team, but because Night Sisters they have many dispels, both Spirit as well as a Sarge. So if Watt's taunting tech is not on Bosk, his taunt can get dispelled, especially because the sisters a lot of time they don't have protection. So Bosk's taunt is not really very sticky, but but so that's why in this case I decided to take in Watt over here, just so that Bosk ends up with a perma taunt. Um, and then um, and then it's really not much of an issue taking these guys down. Now I'm just delaying a little bit, hoping to recover some banners. So you can see over here a little bit of banner recovery towards the end, but now almost everyone is at full health and full protection. I think a little bit on Bosk is on Watt was left, and now Watt is also done. So now it's just a question of finishing these guys off. Here I'm just trying to get two stacks on Zombie so that she doesn't take a turn, and now it's just a question of annihilating Daka and getting rid of her. Alright, so this team is taken care of. Full 60 banners over here, not much of an issue. Let's go and see what other teams we have to take care of to finish this battle. And you can see over here at this by this point of time, I'm running really low on time. I've got one team down south to the Newt Nest, but there's only 16 minutes left, and I've got a bunch of teams to take out. And my opponent started attacking at the same time as well. And So I've got the Newt Nest team at the south, and then I have up north Geo Squad and a few other low gear squads. So it shouldn't be much of an issue because I think I have plenty of offense left. So at this stage, I take in my resistance squad, I think, against the crew, which is a pretty straightforward battle. Not much of an issue over here for these guys. This is a hard counter, and this is not a very high relic crew squad. So I just get rid of Hux first too, because my team relies a lot on turn meter generation, and I need Hux gone for that. Because as long as he has advantage, my team does not gain any turn meter. So there you can see I'm just trying to take everyone down as soon as possible. First order officer, I think I'm trying to land a stun over here. And yeah, the only advantage of Scavenger Ray at R7 is that she can delete characters just like that. So, yep, it's just a question of delaying till we get full health and protection on everyone. Um, with the healing immunity, with the locked healing immunity, this is really a hard counter, so not much of an issue. Now I'm just, I think, trying to take down Kylo Ren. I believe this one was R5. So slightly tanky, but not much of an issue. So now Kylo is gone. Now only the other Kylo is left. Um, and yep, now it's just a question of landing a few big hits and taking him down. All right, so I think this battle is taken care of. I believe I ended up with 59 over here because there's a little bit of protection missing on Scavenger, but this team is done. Now the next squad, I believe I go against the Geos. Geos, yep, I think I go against Geos next. So I take my Padme team because I have that team available. Not much of an issue. Take my Padme team against this, and this team is pretty indestructible against Geos. Um, they do a lot of assists, so there's tons of protection recovery with the Padme team and tons of offense, tons of AoE. Well, actually, there's only one AoE, Anakin's, but he gets it pretty often, so it's not much of an issue. So these guys are doing a decent job against Geos. There's a lot of dispels as well with Ahsoka, as well as Confuse, which C-3PO can land. So this is really a hard counter. Nothing much in this battle. I'm just trying to get through them as efficiently as possible. 32 stacks, but it's going to be wasted on Brood. And now the rest of my squad has got quite a lot of stacks as well. So it's just a question of getting rid of everyone one by one. So now that Brood Brood is gone, the others, it's just a question of cleaning up pretty cleanly. All right, get rid of Poggle. And I like to get rid of Poggle earlier because just because if he's around, his unique gives offense, extra offense for each killed Separatist or Geonosian ally. So that just makes them hit a little harder. So now with Sunfac on his last legs, this is the end of that battle for him. 57 banners there. Now only 8 minutes left, and I still have like 3 or 4 teams left to go through. And I don't think I was even looking at the time at this time. I still thought I had maybe 15 minutes left or something like that. So it was probably a mistake on my part. I should have probably started my attacks earlier, or at least cleared a few zones the previous night and not left all the zones till the last moment. But it is what it is. You sometimes get busy with stuff. So next I have my, let's see, what do I take? I think I take my Kylo Ren team, my crew team against the bounty hunters. Um, so this was a pretty straightforward battle. Um, I use my turn meter pass from Hux to get 2 stuns out, and then there is Grief over here, so he is going to be cleansing them and calling assists and all that. So he's in stealth right now, so I'm just doing what I can to get rid of the weakest character. And now that he's out in the open, I land a big stun. And even at G11, Grief is extremely tanky, especially if you mod him for protection. So so I think Grief is actually pretty reasonable character to have on defense, even at G11. Just because he gives tons of utility to bounty hunters. And you'll see I've kept my own Grief team, bounty hunter team on defense as well, which actually did a pretty decent job. I'll show that to you probably after this battle. But here I'm just taking care of the first kill on Boba. That is done, and now I just have to wait till boss comes out of stealth, Dengar comes out of stealth. But till then, I'm just trying to work my magic on Bosk as soon as I can. I land some healing immunity with the basic, and then I'm just trying to keep the taunt on crew and try to get this team down as soon as possible. And now Dengar is out of stealth, but I'm not attacking him or doing AoEs because I want to land a double turn stun on him so that I can focus down on Bosk at leisure. And there I go about doing that. And now I just need to get him down below 100% health so that he goes down a little quicker. And Mass Assist should help with that. And now, yep, it's coming down pretty fast, especially with once he's below 100% health. It should be no problem getting down at all. So I pass turn meter over to Kylo. Try to land healing immunity again. Big hit from him, and he's down. And now it's just a question of getting Dengar down. So took a couple of minutes for this battle. I probably should have taken a team which will get the job done faster, but that's fine. And now we have 5 minutes left, and still two battles left to go. Ship as well as Newt. And I don't think at this point I was still looking at the time, so I still thought I had plenty of time left, because my opponent had cleared my board and they had dropped a battle. They had a dropped battle against my own bounty hunter team with Grief Karga and I think it was Aura Singh lead with Grief Karga and Mandalorian and I think it was Nest as the fifth character. So that was a pretty good surprise for me that my 3-star Grief and Mando under Aura held for one particular battle. So all I needed to do was clear the zone by clear the defense by one-shotting everything, and I would have won comfortably because my opponent lost plenty of banners on efficiency and one team loss on the bounty hunter squad. But only 5 minutes left for two battles to happen, so I was like at this point rushing through. The ship battle, he kept rebel squad on defense, and not much of a problem for my own Galactic Republic squad. So I was able to get the job done pretty fast. So here I'm trying to get rid of this team as soon as possible. So under a minute, I just have Millennium Falcon left, and big hit over here, and hopefully I should get this down fast. And there we go, 90k hit from Anakin, and the team is down with 62 banners. And now I have exactly, let's see, how much time do I have? 3 minutes 40 seconds. So and with the Nest in there, I had completely forgotten that Nest was in there, which and I was thinking of really going in and one-shotting this team really fast, and I needed high damage for that, which is why I took in my CLS squad and completely forgot that this was a slow Nest modded for tenacity. So you'll see over here, this particular battle was sort of a disaster. With only 3 minutes left to go, there was a very real chance of timeout. So that's something which I think I did not think through completely, and maybe I should have played this battle a little better, and I really thought I would have gotten rid of Nest over there at that point, but I really didn't. And now I'm trying to just time my shots so that I'm able to take care of and get Nest's damage immunity to come down, or the bonus protection to go away. And I think maybe I should have kept Django alive for a little bit longer, but unfortunately he attacked Han, who countered him to death. And now it's just a question of getting Nest down, but there's only 2 minutes left, and I think 30 seconds left for the offense phase to get over. So really nothing much I can do at this point. I think I would have the timer had probably already exhausted, and I'd already lost this battle because the offense phase is over. So that was a really unfortunate turn of events. I think if I had more time, or if I had taken in the right team, I would have probably been able to get this battle done effectively. I think even if I had time to double shot this team, I still was ahead on efficiency. So even if I had like 5 minutes more, if I had taken another team in and finished nest off with that, I would have won this battle pretty effectively. But as you can see over here, let me just fast forward it a little bit. I wasn't able to get this team down, and with that, I lost my battle because my opponent was able to one shot my board. So that's the final battlefield. I wasn't able to take this down because I ran out of time, and my opponent, as I was mentioning, did drop a battle on the grief team. This one, I think, this definitely got some potential for catching people off guard. There's Nest who's out in the open. Everyone else is going to be under stealth. There's Aura, Grief, Mando, and Dengar, who's always going to be under stealth. And typically, you'll see this team and you'll want to take JTR. And I think JTR can get tripped up with this as well, just because there's the contract gets fulfilled really fast, and Mando can go and disintegrate someone really fast, and there are tons of counter chance, health recovery, protection recovery, and Dengar is going to prevent JTR squad from going under stealth with R2. So that's the additional advantage as well. So I think definitely the squad has got some amount of promise, especially if they are all heavily geared up, a little more geared up and starred up. So I think good potential for that team. So in my opinion, this one should have been a win, just because I got a hold and I should have one shot his whole board, but it's unfortunate and these things happen. So I'm fine with the loss. We still have a couple more battles left. There's no problem for me in getting Kyber this time. I think I've done decent enough on efficiency and wins to get Kyber. All I need to do is I think clear the next two boards. I don't even have to win, and I think I get Kyber, so that's not a problem. But I do want to win, and I think I'll use the next two matches to do some sort of experimentation and just get some good theory crafting done. So that's going to be my goal over the next couple of matches. All right, so that's it for the first match of the final week. A couple more matches left to go. Let's see what else we can do, especially with the no modding on three of my main characters. Let me see what I can do to make things tricky for my next two opponents. But I do want to win the next two matches. So let's see how that comes along. All right, join me in a couple of days for the next match. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.